Welcome to M&M Sports Podcast number 67. Tonight, we're going to jump right into Nebraska basketball. Because as Brian and I were talking about, and we mentioned on the previous podcast, this is just a crazy, fun, different that Nebraska basketball fans have never experienced before, Brian.
Yeah, it's definitely different. Here we are this far into the season. Somehow our record is still unblemished, which just boggles my mind. These kids, you watch them, these kids are having so much fun out there.
Yes.
And this last week we had two really tough opponents, in my opinion, in Michigan State and at Ohio State. And there was times where the game got very close, and our kids responded well. That's I think the thing I took away from those games the most is how we responded down the stretch.
Both of those games were great wins for totally different reasons. Michigan State, you've got the tradition, Tom Izzo, hard-nosed team that always plays tough defense, rebounds the basketball. Nebraska built a nice lead in that game, I believe. Mm-hmm. They had a 9-point lead, and then Freger got a technical that really turned things around, gave Michigan State an emotional boost, and got them literally right back into the game.
Yep. Yeah, we know that kid kind of wears his emotions on his sleeves. Yeah. We've seen it this year. You got to be smart enough in that situation to know you're going to get called for that 100% of the time. You can't let your emotions get out of control. But
he's just a freshman, though.
Yeah, and what's important is, that Michigan State started hitting free throws. I think they hit 6 straight at that point after that technical, if I remember right. But Nebraska they kept their heads in the game. They continued to run their offense. They didn't get flustered. And we did just enough down the stretch to get the win.
Right. For the game, Nebraska 13-37 on threes for 35%. Michigan State 10-28 for 35% as well. Very even in that department. I should have started with overall field goal percentage. Michigan State at 34%. Nebraska just over 31%. From the line, Michigan State 12-16 for 75%. Big Red 9-13, 69%. Rebounds, they out-rebounded Nebraska. Michigan State did 43-28. So that is their strength.
Yes.
And they really played to their strength, gaining in that department, plus 15 Michigan State was. And then assists, Nebraska gains a little here. 15 assists to 8 turnovers. And listen to this, Brian. Michigan State, 17 turnovers and 12 assists. So a -5 in that department for Michigan State to go with a +8 for Nebraska. There's your difference right there.
Yeah, the turnover game, Nebraska's defense, they did a great job of double teaming when they needed to, giving some backside help. Mm-hmm. They hounded those Michigan State ball handlers right down until the end, even in the last minute when the Michigan State point guard had the ball go off his leg as he was driving to his right out of bounds. It was a huge turnover that Nebraska, they find a way with that defense. Their defense has just been so solid. I can't say enough about it.
But yeah, in a 2-point win, like I said, a -5 for Michigan State and a +7 for Nebraska. That's just a huge swing. That kind of trumps the rebounding advantage for Michigan State, really.
That was the difference in the ballgame right there. Absolutely.
Yes, for sure. Individual stats, there was a lot of guys that played a key role for the Big Red. Rink Nass led the way with 19 in this game. Sanford had 13, Jamarcus Lawrence with 12, and freshman Braden Frager chipped in 9 points. Really impressive kid out of Lincoln Southwest. Doesn't look like a freshman out there.
No, he doesn't. He's playing really well. Mast, if I recall, I know that's been a few days ago, but I think he had 15 first half points, all from beyond the beyond the 3-point line. I mean, at that point, I'm thinking this guy's going off for like 30 points.
Mm-hmm.
It took him a while in the second half to kind of get going. He came on late,
Sure.
hit a big three, and again, the offense did just enough. They had enough contributors to where they didn't need Mass to try to replicate what he had done in the first half.
Exactly. And then Sam Hoiberg, he chips in 4 points, but also has 4 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yeah.
You know, he doing what he does.
The kid does it all out there.
In assists.
Yep.
So, really was a team effort for sure.
Yeah, to see that final field goal or free throw miss its mark, and to see that Pinnacle Bank crowd gathering down there on that lower concourse, you knew it was coming.
Right.
And some people say, "Hey, we're ranked high enough now. We don't storm the court anymore." Well, wrong. This is a huge win for Nebraska.
But, go ahead.
Some at the time said this was the biggest game in years
Probably
for the Huskers.
since 91, probably.
So
based on rankings.
So to me, if your fans want to storm the court after a win like that, get your asses on that court and celebrate.
I'm absolutely fine with it as well. Rink Mass, after the game, talked about how he loved the fans' enthusiasm, but he also said, yeah, we're to the point now where we expect to win these games.
Sure.
So we don't see it as necessary. He said, have fun, be enthusiastic,
Sure.
but he was just saying we're legit.
Yeah.
This isn't a fluke. That was his point.
No.
So.
And they backed up that by going on the road Monday night against a very salty Ohio State team. And again, maybe surprising some people. A lot of people are at this point are not expecting Nebraska to be able to go on the road and get those wins yet.
Did you think, did you think we would win that game?
I honestly, if I told you yes, I'd be lying.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought Ohio State was going to win.
Yeah.
And then when I saw Vegas had them as a 2.5-point favorite, I thought, there it is right there.
Yeah.
They were, I thought, looking at how college basketball works as far as Nebraska having to get back up emotionally just a couple days later, and they were wrong. I was wrong. You were wrong.
Exactly.
Nebraska kind of defied the odds as far as bouncing back on the road after that huge win and finding a way to beat an Ohio State team that was 10-3.
Yeah, and I think they said those 3 previous losses were all one-possession games, essentially, which is exactly what this one turned into.
Right. No, just looking at the schedule, I thought this is going to be the toughest game because you have to get back up emotionally. Yep. Whereas when they play at Indiana Saturday, that will be a challenge, but they have plenty of time to prepare for that game.
Yeah, you have almost a full week at that point to prepare as opposed to a 2-day turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
Big difference. We'll see how, this will be back-to-back road games now, and this will be a tough environment.
Sure.
Indiana's, they might be a football school right now, but historically, they are a basketball school.
Indiana football school and Nebraska basketball school. Who would have guessed that back in the day, huh?
We'll take it, though, won't we?
Yeah, but no, this will be, like you said, a great challenge Saturday. But they say undefeateds die hard, and there's 6 of them still left out there. Nebraska not only undefeated, but currently riding that 19-game losing streak. So whoever takes them down one of these days is going to have to earn it.
Yeah. I have a few quick things I want to throw out that I've come across the last couple days. The last time the Huskers were in the top 10, the highest ranking that they achieved was number 8 back in 1965-66 season. They ended that year at 20-5, but back then the NCAA tournament only included 16 teams.
Okay.
They were left out of that tournament.
Gotcha.
So they finished the year at 20-5. They were ranked as high as 8, but they were not chosen for the field that year. Kansas, who won the Big 8 that year, was the only team from the Big 8 that made the NCAA tournament that year.
So just different circumstances back then.
Yep.
Different criteria, if you will.
I also got on and did some research, and I'm going to say this is the way too early bracketology from ESPN. But right now they've got Nebraska as a 3 seed playing in the Oklahoma City Regional.
Okay.
They have them listed as having 6 quality wins on the year. And quad 1 wins, they're 5-0, which is great. They Oklahoma, New Mexico, Illinois, Michigan State, Ohio State. And they're 3-0 in quad 2 wins with wins over K-State, Creighton, and Wisconsin. So, those quad 1 and quad 2 wins, they carry a lot of weight anymore when it comes down to the bracket seedings at the end of the season.
Damn right they do.
So, Nebraska's got 16 games remaining on the schedule. Regular season games, if I saw that correct today. 8 of those games are quad 1 games, Eric.
I like it.
So, as I kind of said last week, there's always plenty of room in the Big Ten to improve your RPI because you're consistently playing pretty solid opponents. And just seeing that 8 of their 16 games left are against quad 1 teams, those are pretty solid opponents.
That's awesome. I mean, that's going to get you prepared for the big tournament.
Sure.
You're going to probably lose, some, but who cares? Take the trade-off.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yep.
It's a great way to continue to build your resume. But most of all, we've talked, Husker fans, if you're out there listening, just enjoy this ride right now. Right. Don't let anybody get under your skin. Don't let anybody bring up that we haven't won a NCAA tournament game yet or any of that. Who cares? Enjoy this season for what it is and just cheer them on. Watch the games and just have fun with it.
Embrace it.
Yep.
All right. College football, Miami, Ohio. First game on the docket of those Big Four, Brian. Upset the Ohio State 24-14.
I will admit when I am wrong, Eric, and I was wrong a lot last week with my predictions, and that was one of them. I said that Miami was not ready yet, that they were not on the level where they wanted to be. And I was wrong. I mean, they looked pretty dang good against Ohio State.
I was anticipating a close game. I think I had Ohio State winning by 3, but Miami, shows what they're capable of. Yep. They got talent. It's not like the little engine that could. It's not some crazy underdog.
Exactly.
But Ohio State's just had, a better run here in recent memory. That's all.
Miami's got some hard hitters out there, man. At this point, I mean, they're looking as good as anybody.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, now that we're down to 4, any of the 4 theoretically could win the damn thing.
Absolutely.
No doubt about that. So, 1 game played, 1 upset as an 8-point dog.
There
Miami takes out the Ohio State 24-14, like we said. That was at least a semi-competitive game, and then we got into a couple that were not. Oregon, who would have predicted that either Oregon or Texas Tech would get shut out in this game?
No.
Anyone?
No.
Anyone?
No.
I think if anybody said that, they need to be honest with themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I did not anticipate anybody getting shut out in that one. Oregon shuts out Texas Tech 23-0.
Kind of crazy to think the Big Ten Oregon Ducks, right?
Yeah, it's still weird. It's still weird.
It is, but this was the only game I chose correctly out of the 4. I had Oregon winning.
I had the Ducks winning as well.
I love to root against the Texas schools, as everyone knows. So my heart was with Oregon, and I'm still shocked by the final score, though.
Yeah, I mean they dominated.
Yeah.
We're not going to break it down. The score tells you everything you need to know.
Sure.
It's just the fact that they pitched a shutout was a surprising aspect of that one for sure.
Very surprising.
And then I was dead wrong. I thought Alabama, coming off that comeback win over Oklahoma, would go in there and compete with Indiana, and Indiana kicked the crap out of them. 38-3, Hoosiers roll.
I think most of the country would have at least predicted a close game here.
Yeah.
They might not have picked Alabama,
Sure.
but they would have at least said, "Hey, this is going to be a competitive game." And I one of two things: either Indiana is head and shoulders above the Alabama right now, or Alabama just laid an egg. I don't know which.
We're going to find out eventually,
Sure.
but I think it was a combination of both
Yeah.
on this given day.
Okay.
And Indiana played really well, and Alabama, dare I say, looked a little bit outmanned.
Yeah, love that.
Indiana looked like the old Alabama.
The Big Ten maybe is starting to overtake the SEC. Dare I say?
Seems to be trending in that direction.
Yes.
Last game, wild one. Georgia got up early. Ole Miss comes back, defeats Georgia 39-34 in a thrilling game in New Orleans.
Yeah, I mean, this is another one I had wrong. I didn't think that. I just didn't think Ole Miss had it in them to be on this stage yet. Congratulations to them. I mean, it was a great game. Mm-hmm. I have nothing against them. I just didn't think that they could get past Georgia.
Right, and the SEC obviously has had a great run of success, but this is a different SEC team in Ole Miss.
Sure.
One that is new to the party, so to speak,
Sure.
as far as making it this far, advancing this far into the Final Four. All right, Miami, 3.5 over Ole Miss tomorrow night, Brian. Glendale, Arizona, Fiesta Bowl.
I'm not going to pick against the U this time. I'm going to go with the Hurricanes in a close one, I think.
Yeah, I'll say Miami wins by 4.
Yep.
There's my prediction
Okay.
on that one. I think they get to the championship game.
Yep. I'm right there with you.
And then the other semifinal pits Indiana against Oregon, and the Hoosiers are a 3.5-point favorite over the Ducks.
So the Big Ten's going to have one team in the championship.
That's right.
That's a given. I have not given Indiana credit all year, and I think it's about due time that I do. I'm going to go with the Hoosiers here. I'm going to say Hoosiers by 7 in this game.
Okay, I'll say Ducks pull the upset just to be different,
Sure.
and I think it'll be close. Indiana played a hell of a game last game. I think they come back down to earth a little bit, and Oregon obviously has had a heck of a season as well. So I'll say Oregon wins by a field goal here.
I like that. I like it. Regardless, I mean, it's going to be fun. The Big Ten, again, I feel like we are catching the SEC.
Yeah.
We've won the last 2 national championships. 2 different schools. It's not one team that doing it year after year. And if the Big Ten is able to win again this year, it'll be a third different school to win a national title in 3 years.
Yeah.
So
it's beginning to, like we talked about, trend in the direction of the Big Ten here.
Yep.
As far as the powerhouse conference, I believe.
Kind of fun. All that will lead up into the national championship in Miami on January 19th. So it's coming. Usually by this time of year, the college football season's done. With this new playoff, we get a couple extra weeks.
Right. So if the Canes happen to win, they'll be playing basically at home.
Imagine that.
It'd be a nice advantage.
How many times has that happened over the years?
Right.
Yep. Sit back, strap in, and watch some good football.
You bet.
Let's stay on the topic of college football, Eric. This is the time of year where there's a lot of comings and goings.
Oh, yeah.
The transfer portal is wide open at this
Getting
point.
pretty hectic right now.
Teams are out there. Teams are getting nervous. Maybe they need a running back, and the guy they had on the top of their list is already committed. So now they're going to the second, third, fourth choice.
They're trying to fill those voids as quickly as possible.
Yeah, it's unreal. A great case in point is this week news broke that Nebraska had the quarterback that they were after and backup. I can't think of the kid's first name. Minchie from Notre Dame. Everybody seemed to be pretty excited. Dual threat quarterback. He's been a backup at Notre Dame, but a lot of potential. Well, 24 hours after the supposed commit, he's decommitted, on board at Kentucky of all places.
Yeah, Kenny Minchie.
Kenny, there you go. So why does a kid choose Kentucky over Nebraska? Well, there's one reason. It's money.
You think that's it?
The word is they basically gave him a blank check, fill in the amount. Well, I give Nebraska a lot of credit here. This kid is unproven. We overpaid with our last quarterback. We don't want to make that same mistake again. So they probably could have offered him more money and got him. Instead, we went to plan B. Anthony Calandria from UNLV. This kid, all he did was throw for almost 3,500 yards this year, 23 touchdowns, 9 picks, ran for another 649 yards, 10 touchdowns, and was the Mountain West Player of the Year. So, can he duplicate that in the Big Ten? I mean, I have no idea. Time will tell. But this kid is ranked somewhere in the, I think it was in the 180s or so in top overall players in the portal. So this isn't a top 10, top 15 kid, which I'm kind of on board with.
If it frees up money to go and get another kid or kids, I'm absolutely 100% on board with this.
From what I've seen, they have him inked somewhere around 1.3, 1.4 is probably what he's going to get paid for the year, which is less than we are paying Dylan Raiola.
Sure.
So that frees up anywhere from $500,000 to $1 million to maybe put towards a lineman.
Yes.
Which we know we are in serious need of.
Yeah.
But some other news, we've got some kids that want to come play for us. Dwayne McDougal III from San Diego State signed with Nebraska. 55 tackles last year, 4 interceptions. Pretty solid kid. A pair of linemen, which to me was the number one place to go after. Big time
area of need.
Yes. 3-year starter at right guard from Iowa State, Brendan Black, is inked to play at Nebraska. This kid he's played for a very successful program over there at Iowa State. Mm-hmm. He's going to be an immediate plug-and-play kid. The second one is Tree Babalade from South Carolina, offensive tackle. I've seen online people are comparing him to, comparing him to Pridgett right now. This kid's 6'5", 338. I think he's going to be an immediate plug and play.
Nothing not to like about that frame, that size.
Yeah. So you add these two kids in with Pritchett, center Justin Evans. We have a pretty good, on paper, offensive line right now. Mm-hmm. Couple other pickups that I want to talk about real quick. Owen Chambliss, another San Diego State kid following their coach here. 6'3", 205-pound linebacker. This kid had 110 tackles this year. 9.5 tackles for loss, 4 sacks. I haven't seen game footage. I don't know who they played throughout the year. But 110 tackles is a lot of tackles.
Indeed.
Another kid we got from Oregon State. We're really going after the linebackers right now. Dexter Foster, 6'4", 230. He finished the year with 52 tackles, 3 TFLs. Another kid that is probably going to step in pretty quickly. I know we have a couple kids back. I look for Dawson Merritt to really step up at that linebacker position. But but a couple of these kids are, I mean, they're proven on the college football field already.
Sure.
Defense looks to be a pretty big priority right now outside of those offensive linemen. I'm excited with what we've done right now.
Yeah, we've done quite a bit in a short time span, really.
Yeah, we have until next Friday, the 16th, is when the portal closes, but look for Nebraska to stay active here.
No reason not to be.
Exactly. Speaking of the portal, Eric, I just want to touch on some numbers that I find extremely fascinating. On the first day that the portal opened, there was 3,700 kids that entered the portal. At this point, it's somewhere between 4,000 and 4,500 kids. 31% of these kids are repeat transfers. So almost a third of that number are kids that have already jumped ship from another program.
Right.
Which is so telling of where the college football landscape is right now.
Well said.
Total in the FBS, there are 14,300 football players, according to the site that I found. Roughly a third of them this year entered that portal. So almost one of every 3 players in college football right now is in that portal.
I can't say I'm surprised by that.
It's absolutely ridiculous. The top players that they have rated in the portal this year, Sam Levitt, Brendan Sorsby. Sorsby's already committed to Texas Tech, I believe. Levitt is still in the portal. I just wanted to bring them up just for reference because Dylan Raiola is still in this portal as well. He's ranked 16th. So
okay,
these two guys were 1 and 2. Raiola is down at 16th. You know, the portal's been open for 3-4 days at this point.
Right.
I'm surprised he hasn't made an announcement at this point. The longer he's there, the less interest there is in him.
Sure.
Nebraska's currently ranked 24th in what they've done in the portal. They have 7 commits, 1 4-star, 5 of them are 3 stars. And just for some context, Penn State is number 1 right now with 24 commits in the portal. And I just want to throw this out there, just as a reference. The top 2 guys that are leaving Nebraska, that are in the portal, as far as this ranking goes, is Malcolm Hartzog Jr. He's ranked 399th. And Roger Gradney, who was 929th. So it's telling you that not only the players that are leaving Nebraska, but just the talent in general right now, we're probably not where we want to be.
Right.
So, you know, if we're losing these kids that are ranked anywhere between 400 on up to 4,000, you know what? That's okay. There's going to be some attrition. The whole goal of this is if we lose a guy that's ranked 399th, let's replace him with somebody who's ranked 299.
Precisely.
Let's make incremental progress.
Yeah, one player at a time, one step at a time.
Yep. Lots going to happen. We have roughly 10 days left of this portal mess. We'll give more insight on it next week as we go along.
Sounds good.
We'll see what happens.
All right, NFL playoffs. First game of the slate. Rams, a 10.5-point favorite over Carolina, Brian. That would be a 4 versus 5 matchup. Carolina being the 4 because they win the division. And the Rams are a 10.5-point favorite.
10.5.
What do you think about that?
Wow. I'm going to say right now, I do think the Rams get this win. I do not believe it's by 10.5. I don't.
If I told you Carolina beat them at Carolina 31-28, would that change your opinion one way or the other?
I mean, I still think the Rams get this win, but I do think it's more like a 3 or 4 point game, not a 10.5.
I'll go 31-24 Rams.
Okay.
Green Bay at the Bears. Rivalry that dates back a million years. Playoff matchup in Soldier Field Saturday night. These two teams split this season. Bears stole the last game. Green Bay had an onside kick blunder. The Bears converted on that opportunity. Rematch Saturday evening.
I like the Bears here. I do. I think the Packers, I think they underperformed this year is the best word I can use.
So inconsistent is what they've been.
Yeah.
They show signs of being one of the best teams in the NFL, and then they come back the next weekend and they don't live up to expectation. No consistency.
No, give me the Bears.
And the crowd, obviously, at Soldier Field will be jacked up. You know, recent years, Green Bay's had a lot of success, and the Bears, not much at all.
7 o'clock game. They're going to be tailgating all day long in Chicago. Mm-hmm. Place will be loud.
I'll go with Green Bay just to be different. Yep. I don't feel that confident in this one because of the inconsistency, but I do think they have a better team if they play up to their potential. Yep. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree.
That's where I'm at on that one.
Okay.
Sunday, we go early noon on Sunday. Buffalo Bills and Josh Allen head to Jacksonville, one of the hotter teams in the NFL. And that is an even game. Vegas says flip a coin. What are you thinking on that one?
I mean, this is the year for the Bills. Mm-hmm. I mean, we've said that from the get-go. I feel like if they don't produce this year, there's going to be their coach is gone. I don't.
One would have to think that'd be a strong possibility.
Yeah. But as much as the Jaguars are playing well right now, I'm not going against Josh Allen. I'm saying Bills here.
Give me Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, we're on the same page right here.
Yep.
I think he finds a way.
I agree.
He wills the Bills to a win.
Yep, I agree.
As good as Jacksonville has been, they don't have Josh Allen on their team.
No.
All due respect to Trevor Lawrence, has been great.
Yep.
Josh Allen is in a category of his own as far as quarterbacks in these playoffs.
And sometimes that's all you need is that little advantage.
Right.
To win the game.
San Fran at Philly. You can give me the Eagles at home with that winning pedigree. San Fran traveling West Coast to East Coast. Give me Philly to find a way. I think it'll be close, but I'm going with Jalen Hurts. I'm going with that defense. I'm going, like I said, with that recent winning pedigree, defending Super Bowl champs.
Philly's another one of these teams for me that has been inconsistent this year.
For sure.
So for me, I'm going with the upset here. I'm going with the Niners in a close one.
Okay. Chargers, once again, got a West Coast team traveling east. Yep. They go to New England, take on the Patriots. I'm just going to shoot you straight on this one. Not making excuses for the Chargers, but their offensive line has been depleted this year. And I think that's really going to hurt them in this game against a stellar Patriots team. If they had a healthy O-line, I think they'd have a chance to win this. Bottom line is, give me New England since the Chargers aren't playing at full strength. Herbert's got a broken hand.
Yep.
His non-throwing hand, but still that's a challenge in itself.
Yes.
Give me Patriots win by 7, I'll say, in this one.
That's the exact number I had in my mind, Eric. Patriots by 7. I fully agree with you on that one.
And then Monday night, Houston travels to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh defeated Baltimore to win the AFC North.
Pittsburgh survived that game.
Yes, they did. Baltimore has been inconsistent all year,
Absolutely.
And it cost Coach John Harbaugh, a long-tenured coach who'd won a Super Bowl back in 2012, cost him his job.
Yep.
I don't think he'll be unemployed very long.
No, I imagine there have been multiple teams on the phone trying to get a hold of Coach Harbaugh now.
I honestly think he might be in need of a change of scenery.
I don't think it's a bad
the
thing.
Ravens as well.
Yeah,
I think it
18 years is a long time.
It could end up being a win-win for both.
I agree.
To be honest with you.
I do agree with that.
Anyway, back to this game.
Yep.
Houston at Pittsburgh. I'm going to say Pittsburgh finds a way to muck this baby up a little bit and keep it close. I'm going to say Houston wins by that 3-point number. That's
Okay.
where I'm at on that.
Give me
I want to take Pittsburgh, but I can't do it because I have too much respect for Houston's defense.
Houston's defense is ranked near the top. In fact, I think their overall defense ranked top in the NFL this year in yardage allowed.
Right.
Give me the Texans here by 7.
That's the aspect of both teams that stands out the most to me. Houston is somewhat flawed on offense, but Pittsburgh, they've done a hell of a job to get to 10 wins.
They have.
That's what they do, because I look at them and I see them kind of outmanned at times.
Yeah.
So credit to them for that. But I'll say Houston by 3 in this one, advancing. And that's our predictions on the college and the NFL playoffs.
Yeah, a lot of good games to tune into. Who's going to end up in that Super Bowl? We're going to find out February 8th. But, I mean, right now, if I'm looking at this bracket, Eric, is there a team out there that I can say doesn't stand a chance to win the Super Bowl?
I think there's a couple.
There's a couple.
I think it's Pittsburgh and Carolina.
And I was going to say Pittsburgh is one of them for sure. For me, the other one right now, and I'm probably going to draw some heat for this, I think it's the Packers, because I don't think they can win that many straight to get there. I think their inconsistency will keep them from getting there. I'm not saying they're not talented enough.
Sure.
I just don't think they're consistent enough.
Fair enough. But for me, it's Carolina and Pittsburgh. I think any other team, I'll say Green Bay because of the talent that they have, but I get where you're coming from as well. Any team that's got to win 3 in a row on the road, that's going to be a hell of a challenge.
It's going to be difficult.
The Bills would fall into that category as well.
Sure.
But having Josh Allen would theoretically give them a chance. It's going to be fun. It's wide open. I look at a team like Denver, man, with that home field advantage, that crowd, they're going to be tough to knock off.
They are going to be tough.
But there are no guarantees. It's as wide open as I can remember.
It is.
That's the best way for me to put it.
Yep. It's going to be fun. Sit back, crack open a cold one, grab a pizza, and watch some football.
Yes.
Again, thank you, listeners. We appreciate everybody. Mm-hmm. We will be back here next week.
Yeah, college football tomorrow with the Canes, and then NFL playoffs fire up on Saturday, and Nebraska basketball at Indiana Saturday as well.
That's an early game, too.
11 a.m. for Nebraska, Indiana, which will be perfect as far as coinciding with the playoffs.
Yep, you can watch basketball, then turn the channel and watch some football.
You won't miss a damn thing because they don't get going Saturday until 3:30, I believe.
That's perfect.
Yep.
All right, we'll be back next week, and until then, go Big Red.
Yep, have a good one.